Hi, I'm Miss Parrott, and we're going to talk about the microscope and its parts and functions. So this is the basic microscope here that we'll be using in the anatomy lab. These are the parts. Up here you will see your oculars or your eyepieces. Your oculars are going to provide magnification and allow you to see the object that you're looking at underneath the scope. Then you have the arm. The arm is going to provide support for the microscope. You have the base. The base is also going to provide support for the microscope. Within the base, you have this area here. This is called the lamp. This is going to provide the light.
Okay.
You see it?
Yep, I got it.
Okay. Up here, if you'll go up, you'll see this main part here, the black area. This is called your stage. This is going to support the slide. So you can see here, I can actually put the microscope slide on that stage. This back area right here, it's metallic and it comes across in the front. It will actually move to allow you to move your slide around on this stage. And these two knobs here are your mechanical stage controls. And again, they allow that stage to move around, which will in turn move that slide around. You have the stage clip right here, and this will hold your slide in place, so it will secure your slide. Underneath this slide here, you have this part that is, let me move it around so you can see it, this part inside here, and it will go underneath as well. When it moves up and down, this is your condenser. This is going to focus your light. Then you have this little knob right here, this silver knob that can move, and it will open and shut. This is the diaphragm. The diaphragm is going to adjust the amount of light that goes through this stage. Above the stage, all of these together are called your objectives. These objectives will provide magnification, but each one has a specific magnification that it will provide. You have 4 of them. This short one here is called your scanning objective. It is going to have red print on it. It's your shortest objective, and its magnification is 4. Then if you flip over, you will see the next longest objective. It has yellow print. This is your low power objective, and it has a magnification of 10. You flip up. This one is the next longest. This is your high power objective. It has blue print on it, and it has a magnification of 40. You flip up, the longest objective you have is called the oil objective. It has a magnification of 100 and has white typing or white print on this one. This part right above the objectives, you can see the silver little circle here. This will rotate. This is called your nose piece. This is going to allow for the rotation of those objectives so that you can change the objectives depending on what magnification you need to be using. Okay. What am I missing? Sorry.
No, you're doing good. You're doing good.
I'm trying to think if I missed anything.
How do students focus an
yes,
image?
I missed those. I'm sorry. You ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, back here we have 2 knobs that are going to be involved in focusing. This larger one is called the coarse adjustment knob. So it's going to do coarse focusing or large focusing. So it's going to move this stage. You'll see the stage moving very rapidly up and down, large movements. This small one is called your fine adjustment or fine focus knob, and it's going to do very fine or small focusing. So you can see as I'm moving it, you barely see that stage moving up and down. When you're working with your microscope, one thing to remember is to never, ever, ever use this coarse adjustment knob if this longest objective is down, the oil objective. You can actually crash this oil objective into your glass slide and bust your slide. So you never want to use this coarse adjustment knob with your oil objective. When you are maintaining your microscope, at the end of the day, especially if you were in like microbiology, you'd want to clean your microscope, usually with an alcohol, to clean all the oil off your microscope, and then to remove any bodily fluids or bacteria. Then you would want to put your microscope up. To put your microscope up, you're going to lower your stage, so you're going to use this coarse adjustment knob here to move this stage all the way down, like so. Then you're going to move this scanning objective, which is the smallest one, to the bottom position. You will unplug, and you always pull it by the plug. Please do not pull it by the cord so we don't separate the two. You're going to secure your cord. So wrap it or tie it up depending on which microscope you have. And then when you're going to put it in the cabinet, you're going to use two hands to carry it. So you'll have one hand on the arm and one hand on the base. And when you put it down, you're going to put it down gently, because if you slam it down hard where you're hearing a lot of vibrations, you can knock the lenses loose in the inside, which can damage your microscope.
Go ahead.
One thing I forgot to tell you before you put it up is to make sure your mechanical stage is centered, so that if it's not centered, you'll see that you can easily ram this into the cabinet and damage the scope. So again, you want to make sure that this mechanical stage is centered so that there's less chance of you ramming or pulling off a part out of the off of the microscope.
Thank you very much for that. Is there any advice you have for students who are having trouble using the microscope?
I would say first, learn your parts and the functions, and then two, you can come to a professor or you can come into HNS 1300. I can walk you through how to use the microscope, and then I can set you over the side and you can just play with a microscope slide and practice at adjusting both the magnification using your objectives and the focusing using your coarse and fine adjustment knobs. And I can walk you through all of it, and you can practice as you sit here in the study lab.
Thank you very, very much.
You're welcome.